most of what we've done so far has been dealing with square roots, but of course there are other roots besides just square roots. Square roots means a number multiplied by itself. This root right here is called a cube root, and this number that is inside the radical symbol is called an index, and this is an index of 3. So an index of 3 means this is a cube root, and what we're asking is what number multiplied by itself 3 times gives us 27. Now, I've recommended multiple times that you memorize the squares up to 25 squared. This will help you throughout a lot of math, particularly whenever we start doing factoring. Having those squares memorized up to 25 is really useful. And this is a skill, having these squares memorized, that is useful all the way up through calculus. When it comes to cubes, I recommend you memorize at least up through 10 cubed, meaning 10 cubed is 1,000. Memorizing those would make a problem like this a piece of cake because you'd have it memorized. 27 is a perfect cube. But until you get those memorized, you can actually do these cubed roots on a graphing calculator. So let me show you how to do that. So on your graphing calculator, there is a cube root function, and it's on the math menu. So if you press the math button, you will see there are actually two different ways for us to do a cubed root. The first one is this fourth option right here, which is literally just a cubed root. Puts the 3 in there automatically. The fifth option, which we'll use in just a minute, is an xth root, and you can replace the x with any number that you want. So if instead of doing a third root, we wanted to do a fourth or a fifth or a sixth or a seventh root or something, this is the one that we would use. For a third root, you can just pick this one, automatically puts the index of 3 in there for you, and then we do the cubed root of 27, which is 3. So the answer to this problem is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So what if we had a root that wasn't squared and wasn't cubed? So this is a pretty common one, the fifth root of 32. Believe it or not, 32 is a perfect fifth root. And you can do this one on the calculator as well, but we will need to use that xth root function. So let's slide on over to our calculator. We'll press math, and this time we'll go down to option 5, the xth root. So let's go ahead and select that. And now our cursor is there in the index field, and we're going to put a 5 for the index, and then we'll arrow over and put our 32 in there, and there's our fifth root of 32, which is 2. And that is because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32. So you should memorize your cubes, the low ones at least, so that you'll know the cubed root of 27 just off the top of your head. Fifth roots, of course, are a little more challenging. I don't suggest you memorize fifth roots or fourth roots or anything like that. But the graphing calculator can do those for you. So having a graphing calculator handy can make short work of these perfect roots. Now, when they're not perfect roots, for example, if it was the fifth root of 36 and it doesn't come out to be a whole number, we will need a different strategy for solving those, and that's something we'll do later on down the line.